In this video, we're going to reduce your stress levels, we're going to increase your creativity, we're going to enhance your mood and improve your overall health. And we're going to do that using biophilic design. Hi, my name's Christine L. Conroy. Welcome to Happy Stuff and Fluff, a channel for women who are getting happy, living longer and growing younger. Welcome if this is your first visit. I'm so pleased you dropped by. So, what is biophilic design? Indeed, what is biophilia? It sounds a little bit like an illness, doesn't it? But it isn't. It's actually design that focuses on the connection, or the human connection, between nature and our built environment. And more studies are being done on this subject, going way back, and I guess way back before, when they discovered that people in hospitals who had a view outside their window of a tree, for example, recovered far more quickly than those who didn't. And since then, of course, research has continued until we now know more about how we can connect to nature or bring it into our homes, in my case, to help you. And this is either consciously or subconsciously to reduce your stress, to improve your creativity, to enhance your overall mood, and to enhance your physical health. This is what we're all about on this channel, of course, and so it's an apt subject for us to talk about. So the term biophilia was coined by the biologist Edward O. Wilson, and he said that human beings are negatively affected by unnatural environments. Now, elements of biophilic design can be included in any design style. It isn't an interior design style. As I say, it's something that can be incorporated into your home, no matter your style, from super contemporary to traditional to industrial or wabi-sabi. In fact, you probably have many of the elements we're going to talk about already in your home. But what I hope this video will do will help you to consciously increase these things and perhaps introduce one or two more. Now, we know for certain that aspects of the natural world, or even suggestions of elements of the natural world, have a positive effect on our mental and physical health. I've talked about this when we talked about, do you remember when we talked about forest bathing? I will leave a link here. We talked about forest bathing during COVID, and I must admit, in terms of plants, that was when I really got into caring for plants. Because we couldn't go out walking so often in nature, I brought lots of plants and trees in the house, to the extent that Mr. Kitchen said it was like walking into Kew Gardens when he came into the apartment. Of course, the apartment was small, but here in the new home, I have places to put all my plants. It doesn't quite look like Kew Gardens here. So, but the thing is, if you have heard of biophilia, you probably relate it to plants. It's not just about plants. Before we get into it, I just want to say that there are a couple of exciting things happening on the YouTube planet that I want to tell you about. First of all, YouTube have opened up the community tab on my channel. Now, if you go to the homepage of Happy Stuff and Fluff, you'll see across the browser top, the directions of where you can go. You'll see community. Click on community. It's going to be great because it's a place where I can get to know about you. I've actually said in there, I've put a post in there and said, you know all about me. Now I want to know things about you, so where you're from, the things you like to do, even post some pictures there. Go and have a look at the community tab. And get involved so that I can learn more about you, and also that would help me to serve you better on the channel, so that would be great. So shoot over there and do that after this video. The other thing is shorts videos, YouTube shorts, of which I have done one. These are just, well, how I'm going to use them is kind of like a 60-second reminder. If I've done some steps or suggested that you try something during the week when I'm not with you, then this allows me to be able to say, oi, have you done those steps? Or reminder, or even if I think of something quick, sharp that I'd like to offer you to help, then I would do it on the YouTube Shorts. It's not going to take place of the channel, but it's going to happen kind of mid-week, if you like, so that so that it doesn't disturb your happy stuff and fluff channel viewing. So that's the shorts, and you can comment on those as well and like them and subscribe and all kinds of things. It's really great. Okay, so back to Biophilia then. Literally, it's about bringing the outside in. So first of all, open all your windows, which we should be doing more and more of course, even though it's winter time. Open the windows. We need fresh air, of course. Since COVID, we knew we need air circulating, but you need to smell nature. We're appealing to all of your senses in Biophilia, just as I do in the Happy Home series when I talked about creating a happy home. So if it's about smelling nature, which you can do, you smell fresh air when you open the windows. You can hear the birds singing. If you have a water fountain outside, then you would hear running water. Perhaps you could put one in. Perhaps you could have a water fountain inside so that you could hear nature. I think that's a great start about so letting the outside in that respect. And then in terms of your home and interior design, then it's about using natural organic materials. Again, I've talked about this on Happy Home. So wood, copper, of course, stone, natural fabrics such as wool, silk, leather, faux fur. I always struggle to say that. Faux fur, especially coming into winter, that's a great thing to do. So using natural organic materials is number one. Number two is natural light. Have a look at these. You can just see in all of these examples where they are lucky enough to have a huge window, the light is just amazing. And we had this in the apartment, floor to ceiling windows in the apartment, and I miss it in this home because we don't have such big windows. Now, if you're like me and you're not lucky enough to have floor-to-ceiling windows such as these, then you have to be a little bit canny about bringing in the natural light. So the use of mirrors in strategic places. So wherever you have a mirror, try to put a mirror on an either opposite or adjacent wall that will reflect that natural light into your room. I've done it in more than one place in my home, and it works really well. Keep your rooms light, even white, because white also reflects the light back to you. Use shiny surfaces. Anything that's going to reflect the light you'd be able to do. So yeah, shiny and light fitments, keep them light in terms of white shades or lighter shades so that more of that light is being bounced around your room. And keep other things light too, but definitely, so for example, in a sitting room, use a light coloured rug. Maybe use shiny tiles on the floor in your kitchen or on the walls in your kitchen. Anything that's going to help you to bounce that natural light around your room is worth doing. Okay, number three, furniture. Yes, you can use furniture. So furniture that kind of shows aging and patina, so that shows the passing of time, is a good way to do it. Or have a look at these examples of soft form organic furniture, kind of replicating shapes in nature. I remember one of my lecturers when I was doing my degree constantly talked about the fact that why do we have homes with square rooms and square furniture when we are around people? Which has made me laugh. If you're listening, Ruth, I still remember that. So this kind of furniture is, I suppose, is addressing that. Circular forms, soft forms, anything that replicates nature, as I say. Now, I've kind of taken this on board. This is my little organic chair, and this is also a nod to a trend, if you like. Boucle has been around a long time, and I guess it will be around for a long time, but it's having a moment. And this is my little soft organic boucle chair. I have to say it is very comfortable to sit on. But yeah, so that's my nod to the trend of boucle, but also that round organic furniture. I thought I'd show you that. Okay, so you can do it with your furniture. Number 4, of course, is plants. Dotting easy care plants throughout your home. Now, as I said to you, I'm quite new to caring for plants. I also had a reputation for being able to kill anything that came into the home. However, and especially during COVID, tending and caring for something that is living really gives you that sense of connection to the earth, and it's grounding in nature. Watching something grow is nurturing. And if you choose plants, I mean, there are some plants, such as the peace lily, that you'd really struggle to kill. If you set out to kill it, you'd struggle. At least that's my experience. I have 2 fabulous peace lilies in the house that I'm very proud of. But here are just 1 or 2 of the other plants that I have dotted around my home at the moment. Once you get into it, it is difficult to hold back. My son has a small apartment, and his whole sitting room is filled with plants. He's a lot more knowledgeable about growing them than I am, let's say that. But there are other ways of introducing nature into your home than plants. Have a look at this. What you can see there is what we call a living wall. Now, I'm going to leave, if you're in the UK, I'm going to leave a link to the company who did this, because they make it very easy for you to create a living wall in your home or in your workplace. I have to say, I'm not 100% sure of it. Tell me in the comments box what you think about having a living wall. Some of the ideas that you can actually do using moss and so on are absolutely stunning, I have to say. Let me know your opinion of living walls down below. And then, of course, cut flowers. You know, I absolutely love cut flowers. They can be expensive if you don't grow them in your own garden, but well worth it, I think. Well worth it. I'll be talking about flowers and caring for them at some point in the Happy Home series. And then this, which is a display on my kitchen worktop. Yes, you're getting not much of a peek, but at my kitchen worktop there. That's a kind of autumnal display. So literally, I mean, that's a cabbage and a leek and potatoes and things that are grown but used as a decorative display. Again, is a way of bringing in nature. And then, of course, number 5 is your colour palette. Well, let's face it, anything goes, especially if what we're doing is mimicking nature. So maybe muted blues. You could go more muted than the examples I'm showing here. Muted blues, greens, earthy browns, ochres and so on, with bright accents of colour like yellows. But of course, like I say, there is no limit. You could take strawberries, you could use red, you could use any colour that you see in nature in that sense in your home to bring nature in. Now, in terms of decor or decorative items and pieces and so on, then anything that mimics biomimicry is what they call it, that mimics nature, or that isn't, so shells for instance, or anything that takes on a curvy shape that you might see in nature. So that could happen in your lamps, it could happen in your rugs, it could happen in pattern that you have. There's lots of ways of doing it. So natural organic materials such as stone and copper and so on. Try to increase your natural light. Look at your furniture. See how you can place your furniture. Maybe you can place your furniture to face the window so that you can see the sky and whatever you have beyond your window. Easy care plants throughout your home, but think of different, more creative ways of using plants and organic materials such as potatoes and cut flowers and so on. And then looking at your colour palette to see how you can introduce colour and pattern, nature's patterns, into your home. The beauty about this is you can do this and it will help everyone who lives in your home, whether they know it or not. That's the beauty of it. Tell me what you're thinking. Tell me what you've done in your own home. I'd be interested to know. I'll see you next time. Until then, remember that on the Happy Stuff with Love, we're getting happy, living longer and growing younger. And I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.